Okay, so it's been a while since I've done any updates to the project. Had crazy work schedule and vacations, summer vacations we've been doing. So anyways, got a lot of small little details that I keep finding that need to be buttoned up. Everything from the stairwell area, the front flooring, some of the steel structure underneath the flooring. Got an issue up on the driver's side, the A pillar. There's some rotted wood and some broken aluminum framing in there. Just a lot of little details that none of them are fun to work on, but they're all things that need to be addressed. So slowly making my way through that stuff. Shot a bunch of video of me doing some of these repairs that I'll try to edit into this video to kind of show some of the detail of it. But I'm just going to take you around and give you a summary of what I've been working on. Okay, so on the front end here, got most of the frame pulling and all that done. You can see I still have my piece of channel iron bolted to the frame rails in case I have to do any more pulls, but I think that's about time to remove that. So the generator frame, mounting frame, that's all straight now. The this whole upper firewall, if you will, that was all pushed back. I got that all pulled back forward. You can see where re-welded where these tubes had cracked away, where it was leaned rearwards. Had an issue with the blower fan. It's mounted behind the firewall. That was, something was wrong with that. It was kind of broke loose. And what I found is up inside here, here's the blower housing right there. And these little clips, I had to make up some new clips. They had fallen off during the crash and probably got swept up. So that blower housing was split open there at the seam. So I got that repaired. The dash up top here, this is where this vent, defrost vent, had attached underneath, and the piece of wood was broken out up here, all smashed. So I'm gonna get that put back up, epoxied up into place, and then up top, you know, this vent cover, defrost cover, will go back over top. The original was broken, so that's a part I got from Vicone. So I got the whole dash all kind of loose and floppy right now. These Monaco had used these wood blocks in between this lower dash section and the upper dash, and it was kind of a challenge to get these all apart. The screws basically came in from the top underneath the defrost vent covers, so once I got that removed, I was able to bust those out of there. This whole lower dash panel was sits on these angle iron pieces, and some of those were bent, so we straightened these up, and all the screws were broke, so got those all removed, and we're going to put new screws in, all that all along there, stiffen that all back up again. So that's a lot of work. Got part of the mounting structure for this upper dash is one of the mounting blocks is cracked, split up there. That piece of wood in there, plywood's going to have to get replaced or reinforced. I have not joined the side up, this side wall. You can see the big gap still, but this will be drawn up against this steel tube, and with self-tapping screws, that'll stiffen that back up. And so the front's getting there. It's come along. Inside here, In the previous video, you saw this stairwell cover was damaged and didn't work, so we cut the floor out here. We also had a buckled piece of tubing in this area, so I replaced that with a new piece of steel tubing right here, and got that all rewelded back in place. So we'll have to replace this section of flooring with 3/4 inch OSB board. So let's see, this stair mechanism or stairwell cover, that's operational now. Let's see if I can find the buttons here. So that comes out, goes back in. So oh, there was tile floor that I removed. This was covered in tile here, and had to remove all that tile to do this floor repair and cut back some of the carpet. All that carpet will get tore out eventually and replaced with vinyl flooring. And gonna have to pull this window out soon. That the leading edge of that traps the new cap that I'll be installing, so that'll have to all come off to slide that behind. So right now everything's looks kind of busted up, and feels like I'm going backwards, but all this has to be done before I can move forwards. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Haven't done anything back in the rear of the coach. Still lots of work to do. This wood, got some metal repair work to do in here. So got the center console loosened up, the wiring plugs all unhooked, and so I guess we'll try and pull this thing out of here. So here's the stairwell cover actuator arm that had been bent up and became unattached from the Acme nut here. So that's all straightened up now, and I found the pivot bushings where they engage the slide cover mechanism through these end holes here. Those bushings were all, one was missing completely and another one was ripped, so had a piece of UHMW plastic laying around out here in the shop, so threw it in a lathe and made these new little bushings up, which these kind of get pressed into that hole, and then they ride on the actuator arm pins. And so anyways, probably could have bought some somewhere, but easy enough just to make them. Making some bushings for the stairwell cover, pivot points for the actuator bar. So I've got the bushing installed down on this arm, which that's what, when it pushes all the way out, the cover step raises up. Got this piece busted loose finally. Alright, so all that rotten wood's out of there. Here's our buckled tube. So we'll get to cutting that out. through here. It's cut through here. This is cut loose. And I just got to finish this cut back here. And this piece of metal's coming out.